What if the biggest royal controversy wasn't sparked by a public speech or a shocking interview, but by a decision that could quietly reshape the future of two innocent children? One signature, made behind palace doors, ignited a family crisis that blurred the line between royal duty and personal love. Before we go deeper into what this really means for the royal family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. Behind the walls of Windsor, Prince William reportedly faced one of the most emotionally difficult decisions of his life. At the center of the controversy were Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's children, Archie and Lilibet. According to the claims surrounding the story, an internal royal directive proposed ending several institutional privileges connected to the children, including automatic security arrangements, official accommodation during royal visits, ceremonial access, and other forms of palace-supported assistance. The decision was never portrayed as removing them from the royal family by blood. Instead, it focused on drawing a sharper distinction between private family relationships and official royal responsibilities. For William, the issue was about protecting the long-term structure of the monarchy. He reportedly feared that unclear privileges could create confusion over who officially represented the crown and who did not. But inside the palace, not everyone viewed the situation the same way. Princess Catherine is said to have questioned whether protecting the institution should come at the emotional cost of two children who had played no part in the long-running disputes between the brothers. Her concern was simple yet powerful. Children rarely understand constitutional boundaries. They understand only whether they feel welcomed or rejected. Thousands of miles away in California, Harry and Meghan reportedly reacted with shock. While they understood the distinction between working royals and private family members, they feared that the practical consequences would one day be interpreted by Archie and Lilibet as something far more personal. Meghan reportedly urged Harry not to let anger shape their response, insisting that the children should never inherit the bitterness between generations. As tensions grew, another complication emerged. Reports suggested that disputed publicity language describing the children's benefits as permanent royal entitlements may never have been approved by Harry or Meghan themselves. Instead, the controversial wording was allegedly introduced during the drafting process, creating a misunderstanding that dramatically escalated the crisis. When this information eventually reached Catherine, she reportedly confronted William with evidence suggesting that the emergency decision may have been triggered by incomplete facts. The revelation forced him to reconsider not the need for institutional boundaries, but whether the situation had been handled fairly. Although William reportedly maintained that official royal benefits should remain tied to public service and accountability, he acknowledged that the misunderstanding had deepened an already fractured relationship with his brother. A private conversation followed, leading to a compromise that preserved clear institutional limits, while allowing King Charles to continue welcoming Archie and Lilibet as grandchildren through privately funded family arrangements rather than official royal resources. Even after the compromise, public reaction exploded once details of the original proposal leaked. Critics accused William of punishing innocent children, while supporters argued that the monarchy needed consistent rules to protect its future. The debate quickly became less about policy and more about compassion. In the end, the controversy highlighted a painful truth that has followed the royal family for generations. Balancing public duty with private love is rarely simple. Rules may protect an institution, but they can also leave emotional scars when families become divided. Whether history remembers this moment as necessary leadership or a tragic misunderstanding may depend less on official documents, and more on whether future generations choose reconciliation over resentment. Because in the end, royal titles can define a position, but only forgiveness can preserve a family. Subscribe.